Hey everybody, it's your man James, Mr. Punch Redders, back again with some more video action for you. This is another one of those where I've taken a live stream of the past and chopped out a little bit for you. This is actually part two of one I just did. I just showed you the first one a few days ago, probably. And here's the latest part where, again, I was talking about some people I wouldn't mind seeing at conventions, and the talk got around to some creators who have said some things in the past that have kind of soured people on their work and them, and kind of got into a little discussion about the state of the industry and why things are so bad as they seem to be now. So again, it's a little heavier topic than some of the other fun stuff you've seen, but still one I thought was worthwhile. So I want to put that out there for you. So please enjoy checking that out. And if you want to thank you all for joining me here today. And remember to give some likes if you like what you see here, so you can help out the algorithms around this place. And also be sure to drop me comments down there below if you got something you want to say. I want to hear what you guys got to say about this stuff, as always. And please be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, so you don't miss out any of the content that's being produced around here in mad dash to create more content. So please make sure you're subscribed, and if you are subscribed, please share out some links so others can come in and join us as well, because we want everyone to have a lot of fun with this. So thank you all again for joining me on this, and I hope you enjoy checking this out, and I will be back with more stuff soon. Until next time, take care. Yeah, it's sad. Years ago, like 5 years ago, I actually did meet Jerry Conway once, several years ago at Emerald City, and he was nice enough. But in the corresponding last few years, some of the things that I've seen him say online to fans of comics, fans of manga, fans of just about anything, it really soured me on wanting to see Jerry Conway again. And it's another way. It's a shame because I loved his Spectacular Spider-Man run. That was him and Dave Michelini. They were the Spider-Man writers when I was heaviest into Spider-Man, and so and he's legendary. I mean, he wrote the Death of Green Goblin and Gwen Stacy. I mean, that's comic history. And I just characters he's helped create, co-created the Punisher, co-created Power Girl, and all this great stuff. And he just now in his twilight years, he's just going to piss all over all of that. But to be a political and social justice hack, I mean, why? Why would you build up that legacy and then just destroy it at the very end? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, he can feel how he wants about any topic he wants. I mean, it's just his right. But why you would then, assault the public who has, made you, like I said, within your own little fiefdom there, a legend? Why you do that? I don't know. Why would you attack the people that paid the bills? Why would you attack the people that made you, a notable name of any kind? Why would you do that? I don't know. Yeah, and in the end, for what? I mean, I don't see what you gain from it. That's why I would say never. There's a reason people say things like never discuss politics and religion. There's a reason they say that, and this is one of those reasons why. Is because it just spoils all these other things that you're a part of. Yeah, I've met Larson too. And again, at the time, back in like 2002, he seemed like just a normal guy. And since then, I mean, again, just something's broken in his brain. And, and it's even translated into his work. I mean, where he's drawing porn comics now. I mean, it's Savage Dragon. I mean, it was always a little violent and stuff. Even back in the glory days of Image, he was, it had some bloodiness to it. Have lots of action. But, that's neither here nor there. That's in comics, superhero comics in general. But now he's like on the porn route. I'm just like, why? What? Who is this for? Who's wanting to see Savage Dragon getting it on with women? Just yeah, it's sad that these guys go down that road, and it leads nowhere good. And they've drugged the entire industry with them. As I said, that's why when you guys were talking about the dollar boxes and 50-cent boxes, I had to ask, what's in there? Is it good stuff from like 70s, 80s, even 90s, or is it like this modern crap that nobody's buying, and that's why they're selling it for 50 cents and $1 because they can't get anyone to buy it for anything more, and I don't know. I just why they do that. Mm, just it's never made any sense to me. If I had a legacy like that, I'd do all I could to protect it. See again, and here's the thing: is what does it add? What does it add to the character? What does this Asian Harley? What's she going to have that makes her so cool that the classic Harley that we knew from the original animated series didn't have? What's going to make it better? Is there anything to it? Are we going to see something like that and go, whoa, that's awesome that they made her Asian because now it's XYZ? I mean, I don't see anything, you know. And again, that's just with any characters, you know. Let's turn this one black. Let's turn this one gay. Why? For what? It's not going to improve the character. Yeah, yeah. Again, I've talked about that. It's just you go into some shops and you just see inches deep stacks on the shelf of new comics, the latest issue, and it's like when that's happening, that's not a good sign. Go to sleep, dear. It's fine. Yeah, as if anybody cares. As if anybody cares. I mean, that's the thing is like, the narcissism of it all is, I think, what gets me the most. I mean, if you're going to be, big headed, be big headed about creating great works. I'm the guy that wrote The Death of Gwen Stacy and the Green Goblin. That's something to be big headed about and have a narcissistic attitude about. I co-created The Punisher. That's something to have a big head about. Saying, "Oh, I say you should get the jab, and I say that manga should be monitored so that we get out all the sexiness." I mean, no, who cares? No one cares about that stuff. No one cares about your narratives. Yeah, it just I don't know. I wish there was an easy answer to this stuff, but there isn't. I mean, not in still having freedom, of course. I mean, if you want to become the very fascist they always want to call you, well, then yeah, that would be easy to solve then. But I don't think that's the route we would want to go with that. So I don't suggest that's where we go. There you go. See, that's perfect. And now I haven't been reading the modern stuff, but I've heard of Punchline, and she supposedly is an Asian character too, right? So there you go. You get your Asian Harley Quinn, and it's a character that exists in the books, and now you're tying the books in with the show, and maybe who knows, you might get people who want to pick up the book now and say, hey, I want to see some more about Punchline. Let me go buy some of those back issues. There you go. I mean, just so simple. And you're not trashing the character of Harley Quinn to do it. You're helping build up a new character for the interest, and it's just a win-win. So I just don't understand, instead of doing that, it's like, no, let's just trash the original character and, turn off the fans of that character by altering her in ways that make no sense and don't add anything of value. And then when they complain about it, just call them a bunch of bigots and drive them away. Good call. Good call, guys. Yeah, I remember that book. In fact, that's how they brought back Amazing Fantasies, because she was in that book. They brought it back with was like the 16 through 18, and then they brought it back as Amazing Fantasy with her in it. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that book in the 90s. And yeah, again, as someone who was working in a shop at the time, I can tell you, yeah, that book did not sell very well. I mean, we sold a couple copies, but yeah, it wasn't no big seller. If it was a choice between Spider-Man or La Aranya, it's people are going to pick Spider-Man. Peter Parker. That's just But I think that's part of the problem is these people who are doing this stuff, you know, they don't know how to create anything. You know, they just want to work off of what already exists and alter it to fit what they want to do. And even if that's not what the character is about, even that breaks the lore, breaks the history, breaks the iconic status, you know, breaks the whole modus operandi of the character. None of that seems to matter to him. It's like it doesn't matter. You know, it's to me, it's what I call the worst aspects of storytelling. A good storyteller tailors their story to fit the character they're using. You know, Bill Mantlo was really great at this. You know, I've heard it said many times that Bill Mantlo had the ability to get any character's voice just right. When he's writing Spider-Man, he sounds like the Spider-Man everybody knows. When he's writing the Hulk, it sounds like the Hulk everybody knows. You know, it's not feeling like this is some different character that's like, you know, just in a Hulk skin or a Spider-Man skin. And that's what Bill Mantlo did, and it's why he was so successful for so long. And you know, that's the right way to do it. But the way these guys do it is they tailor the characters to fit their story. It's, I want to tell this type of a story, so I'm going to change Spider-Man or the Hulk or whoever to fit that. You know, because as you know, Blackjack pointed out here, when they try to do it with an original character, that would be the better way to go in the long run. Because if you're going to do something like that, create something new that you can just do whatever you want with, because it doesn't have any standards, it doesn't have any, you know, preset, you know, history, you know, it doesn't have expectations on it, because well, this is something new. You know, this isn't like Spider-Man where everybody has this expectation of this is what Spider-Man is, and so this is what we're expecting, and then you pull the rug out from under us and do something completely asinine. No, this is a whole new character. I can do whatever I want, and that's great. But the problem is they see is that what they want to do isn't something that people want to read. And you know, as Legkick so put so well right here, there it is. They want to push a narrative. And if no one's reading, well, no one's going to hear the narrative then, are they? You know, you're out there in the woods screaming and nobody to hear you. And so that's why they don't use new characters. That's why they take established characters and alter them now, because that's how they get. You know, they don't see the characters as intrinsically valued in their own right. Like, this character has weight because of what it is, because of what it has meant to people, because of the history and the canon and the lore. None of that matters. These characters are just platforms. They're platforms for what I want to say, for what I want to push, the agenda I want to put out there. And if that breaks the character, I don't care. And that's where they are. That's what these people do. And that's what they've been doing for a while now. You know, and despite, you know, Dan the Slot's claim about, you know, oh, these characters have been around 50, 60, 70 years. You can't break them. Yes, you can. You can break them to a point that they can't come back. Now, are we at that point yet? I don't know. Maybe. But even if we're not, we're getting there pretty damn quick. No one seems to be wanting to slow down on the gas on that. So if we're not there yet, we're going to be there soon anyway. And, you know, yes, you can break a character, and then people don't care anymore. And then what do you do? Because, again, it goes back to the old line. You know, people say, you know, the opposite of love isn't hate. It's apathy. Because whether you love or hate something, you still have feeling for it. You know, I love it, and that's why I have all this passion for it. Or I hate what they've done, and because I did love the character, I still have passion there. But when you're apathetic, it's just like, meh. Yeah, he is. You know, but just like Jim Lee, I think he's just biding time, just trying to cash in on as much as he can do. You know, he doesn't care. I mean, I just saw a story recently where he had mentioned how, you know, he doesn't think that Marvel's continuity matters at all. It's like, I'm sorry, what? The whole company that was based on interconnectedness of the characters in the real world, the world outside your window, all the continuity that goes with that, that doesn't matter? Then what you're saying is none of it matters. And if none of it matters, then why should anyone buy it? I mean, that's just talking yourself out of a job. Well, I mean, he's just not leadership material. It's just that simple. I mean, you know, I don't want to say whether he's a piece of trash, you know, as a human being, because I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen him out there attacking people like, say, like how Brevoort and and Slot have. They've actually attacked people, online and stuff. So I haven't seen that from Cebulski. So I'm hesitant to say piece of trash, but he's certainly no leader of men. He's certainly nobody who's steering a ship. He's just there again, just like Revort, just marking time. I'm just here marking time until I can retire. I'm just here marking time to get that paycheck, and then if this all blows up tomorrow, well, I'll just take the money and run. It's very sad. It's very sad that that's where it went.